go. Chris Mazza, of course, then with the Red Sox, the Mets 2 years ago, and now a member of Tampa, can help that ball club, whether it's a starter or as a reliever. But more importantly, a distant cousin of one Joe DiMaggio. You know, that's right up my alley. And Chris says hello here as we begin a day here on High Heat. Christopher, nice to chat. How are you today, buddy? Okay?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Just had a nice little short day at the ballpark, and now I get to be on this show that I've watched since I was a kid. So it's kind of surreal moment right now.
No, hey, go. I take that as a compliment, Chris. Well done there. Let's do DiMaggio first. You didn't realize who you were shaking hands with when you were a 6-year-old kid, but you've done all the research about the great Joe D. Let me get some thoughts on that. Go ahead. Let me hear.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. Like being that young, not really understanding who he was at the time, and then the older you get, and I mean, I grew up a diehard Yankees fan mostly because of him, and you know, just watching the way he played and everything, and seeing all the memorabilia that you know, we have throughout like our family. My uncle has a signed jersey from him. I ended up buying a jersey, one of his Yankee jerseys. It's not signed, but you know, it's just cool to have something like that. We got books and everything, but you know, just to be part of something that is kind of bigger than yourself, especially with the game of baseball, me actually getting to be in the big leagues now and, you know, playing on some of the fields that he played on, it's just crazy to even think about.
No, I mean, and the hitting too, Chris. If you look at his career, and I'm sure you went through it, especially those first 5 years. I mean, he's an incredible hitter. He's a lifetime 325 hitter in a huge ballpark at Yankee Stadium in a 56-game hitting streak with power out the left center where it was like 460 feet. I mean,
Yeah.
when you think 445, I believe it was. I mean, think about the dimensions of the park for a right-hand hitter and how consistent he was. You're a pitcher. You can understand that greatness. Go ahead. Let me hear.
Yeah, it's unbelievable because, you know, Yankee Stadium's always been built for left-handed hitters. So to see somebody be able to do it to the right side like that and, you know, kind of make it look small, and then just to have that good of a career batting average, I mean, that's unbelievable. You don't really see it that much anymore, and I mean, it's the reason why he's a Hall of Famer.
And think about the strikeouts to home runs. I think it's 368 to 363. I mean, it's right around there. I mean, you know, today that doesn't work that way, as you know better than anybody. They don't care about the strikeout. And Joe D's day, they did. You know, striking out was, you know, was not good. Walking back to the dugout, he hit the ball out of the ballpark and did not K. That's pretty impressive, Christopher. Give me some thoughts there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, especially the way the game's changed today. You know, everybody's going for the long ball, and that's the only thing that a lot of guys care about. And, you know, striking out is everybody's okay with it. And for me, it doesn't really make sense because, you know, there's so many ways to get on and to help a team win. I mean, striking out, you're basically just giving up your chance. I mean, you put a ball in play, maybe it takes a bad hop, somebody makes an error, and next thing you know, as a pitcher, it gets frustrating because now the inning keeps on going, and you know, now more runs are scoring, and you think you get out of this inning, but this guy put a ball in play, and you know, we boot the ball around and extends the inning instead of, you know, now they're just striking out and inning's over.
100%. Ball in play is a good thing. I'm with you 1,000. A big opportunity for you now. I mean, I know you've been on the edges here. A couple of franchises. The Mets, you were the winning pitcher when Dom Smith hit that 3-run homer a couple of years ago, last game of the year against Atlanta. And Atlanta, of course, was on its way to having, you know, they lost that postseason series, but they won the division.
Yeah.
That was a year and a half ago. And now with Tampa, a team that, you know, depleted its pitching staff, this is a big opportunity for you, Christopher. Let me hear your thoughts on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm really excited, you know, to get to come to a team that was in the World Series last year. Playoff baseball is, I mean, it's what you grow up living for. You know, I got a little taste with the Mets when we were kind of in a playoff run. We were playing Philly at home, and I've never been in a stadium where it was so loud. It was like, I was talking to guys like Seth Lugo goes, this is about as close as a playoff atmosphere that you're going to get. And, you know, I kind of sat back, and it was almost like, as a fan, you're like, wow, this is what baseball is. This is what we play for. So with Tampa Bay, I'm really excited. You know, it's going to be a good opportunity. I think for me, it's a good fit because I can do either, or I can start, I can relieve. I know they like to use openers, so that could be a role that I possibly can fill into. But for Tampa, I think it just gives me a lot more options to stay up in the big leagues.
100%. And furthermore, this is always a ragamuffin team. Everybody's going to write the Rays off because of their losses from a year ago, plus now 162 games. And the empty ballpark, and, everybody kind of doesn't pay too much attention to Tropicana Field. And that's exactly like that's the way they like it. They like to be forgotten about, under the radar. They got a little chip on their shoulder when it comes to those things, and you fit right in. A player looking to make his mark, and now you're on a team that is always looking to make its mark. I think that's an advantage for you. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's a great fit. You're completely correct on that. I always had that chip on my shoulder growing up. I walked onto a D3 school. I was a shortstop in college, got drafted as a pitcher, and then, kind of just had to grind my way through the minor leagues, had to go to indie ball. I like being the underdog. I like people not really wanting to give me the time of day, and then you just sneak up and now you're passing everybody. So if you want to sleep on the Rays, you probably shouldn't, because it's not going to work out well for you.
100%. There you go. Well done. And, Joe D was 9-1 in the World Series. I don't know if you knew that. I'm sure you did. He lost to 1 in 40. He lost to 1, but he was 9-1 in World Series play. You'll take 1 World Series. The heck with 10. You'll take 1, right, Christopher?
Yeah, I'll take 1. Man, 9 is unbelievable. I think Yogi Berra is the only one with 10.
I think that's
if
it.
I'm correct.
Yep, I think that's it. Boy, good. Yeah, good sports fan. I believe he's got the most. I know Jeter has been in a lot of World Series too, but I think Yogi's got to beat 10. But, DiMaggio lost in 42 to St. Louis, and every other World Series DiMaggio was in, he won. 47,
Exactly.
49, 50, 51, 36 through 40. He won 36 through 39. He won in 41. The guy did nothing but win in World Series play. Let's get that for Chris Mazza for this year. How's that sound?
It was crazy. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I actually got to meet Yogi's son actually the day I made my debut with the Mets. We were doing the 61 World Series memory, and after all the things were done, I went up and shook his hand and I introduced myself, and I was like, actually my grandma's cousin is Joe DiMaggio, and he played with your dad, and I just want to introduce myself, and that was kind of it. So that was a really cool moment also.
Well, how about that? Well, you Yankee blood in you. Good job, Chris. We'll keep an eye on you. Always a pleasure. Thanks for a few minutes here today. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.